Pugay. Hi, my name is Tim Alfonso II and you can call me Kuya Tim. I am the founder and chief instructor of the Alfonso Cali Tactical System. Welcome to my channel, Arnis Made Easy. Okay guys, so before we go to our main lesson, first we would like to learn first how to show courtesy or respect to our fellow Arnisadors. So how do we do that? We do that by showing pugay or performing pugay. So what is pugay? So pugay is like bowing in karate. So there are two commands in performing pugay. So when I say pugay, so that means it is a preparatory command for us to get ready to perform the said courtesy. And then there's a command of execution which is na. So let me show it to you. So when I say pugay, so that means get ready. And then when I say na, then we put our right hand over our left chest or over our heart together with our right foot towards our left. And then we count 2 counts and then we go 1, 2, then we go back to normal. So let's do that again. When I say pugay, na, 1, 2, and then we go back to our normal stance. So that is how we show respect, especially to our masters, our teachers, and show appreciation that we have really loved what they have taught us. So that is pugay. Perform pugay with our empty hands. Now, what if you're holding a stick? So how do we do that? So let me get the stick. All right. So we perform pugay, same thing. So we use our right hand, and when I say pugay, pugay na, we bring our weapon hand towards our left chest and our right foot towards our left, and then go back to normal stance. Now if we are holding two sticks, all right, so it would be performed as the same, but this time there would be a little difference. So when I say pugay na, both hands now are lifted up, but as you can see, it is angled 45 degrees. This represents the rays of the sun. So again, then we go down. So I'll do it again when I say pugay na. We raise both our hands, the right over the left chest, and the left is fully extended. And then 1, 2, go back to your normal stance. Now, if we're using bladed weapons like knives and the machete or itak, so when we say pugay na, so you have two options. You can raise the dagger hand or the left hand extended like what we did with doble baston, or in some system when you say pugay na, the left hand would remain at the side of your body and only the right hand would go over your left chest and then go down as going to normal stance. So that is how we perform pugay with empty hands and with the weapons at hand. Okay guys, so now we know how to show courtesy or respect to our fellow Anisadors and teachers. Now we go to the proper grip. So how do we hold the stick? Okay, so there's a way how we hold the stick. So one is that first we want to put in mind is that when we make a fist, we roll our fingers towards the inner part of the palm and lock it with the thumb. So this would make a strong fist that would avoid you having injury with your ring finger and the small finger. So that's why we roll it and lock it with our thumb. So this is making a fist. Now when you're holding the stick, it follows the same process. So first you have to hold the stick and roll it onto your palm and lock it with your finger. So this is the proper grip, right? So it would help you to have a firmer grip and then avoid losing the weapon during a confrontation. Because of course, you have already that equalizer, especially when you're up front with 2, 3 people. So you don't want to lose your weapon. So hold it with the proper grip, and I'm sure 100% they would have a hard time getting your weapon from your hand. Right? Sige. Now let's talk about the holds. So because for different systems there's a different kinds of hold. Okay, but mainly now what I'm going to share to you is the basic holds that I have in my system. Now I have end or bottom hold, which is your hand would be located at the very bottom of the stick. So this means that when we are training, okay, when we are training and to avoid accidents, so we need to hold it at the very end or bottom, because of course if we're going to the next hold, which is the normal hold or the combat hold, there would be like 2 inches from the bottom end. So this can be used as for disarming, for hitting as well, for batting, okay, and also used for locking. So imagine when you're training and if you're just a beginner, if you're holding it this way, you might hit yourself, or if you have a sparring partner, by mistake you will hit his hand, then it will become very painful. So to avoid any accidents, so I suggest when you're starting or training with someone else, so hold it at the very bottom. So we call this the bottom hold. And as I mentioned, the next hold would be the combat hold or normal hold, wherein you from the bottom there would be at least a 2-inch gap between your hand and the bottom end. So this, like what I've said earlier, is very useful in combat. Now there's also what we call the middle hold. So this one is also used in training, especially when we're doing the exercises, abanico. And I always suggest my students, especially if they're new, to hold it here so that it would help condition the arm first and won't stress it too much. Now in other systems also, they hold it here, especially if their choice of weapon is much shorter than the normal stick or baston. So some people would hold it here, and its function is that they want to use the both end to thrust and bat at the same time. So commonly we use the technique in what we call dulo-dulo. Alright, so this is a sample of dulo-dulo. This is a Carabao's horn. So it can be used for batting and also for thrusting. So this is what we call the middle hold. And the last one would be the reverse hold. The reverse hold is simply as if this is the bottom of the stick, you can hold it in the reverse way. So normally, if you're holding an impact weapon, this would use only for blocking or also for striking, but it would not be that effective. Now, if you're holding an itak or a bladed weapon, that would be a different thing. So this is what we call the reverse hold. This one would be the normal or combat hold, and then this one would be the reverse hold. Alright? So there you have it, our types of hold in holding the cane or the stick and also of the bladed weapons. Okay, the first exercise is abanico. Abanico is a Spanish word for fan. Now what we're going to do is we would be moving the stick from side to side. So like a fan, so if you want to produce air, you want to have this kind of motion, no? Moving the fan side to side. So it's the same thing that we're going to do with the stick. So it would be done this way. Now for the beginners, I would like you to hold the stick in the middle, alright? And then the first variation will be arm sideward raise. So both of your hands should be extended. And then I'll just do it sideward so that you can see the motion of the stick. So when do this at least 30 repetitions. So it is done this way, side to side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now for the practitioners or who have done this already for a long time, so we start off by holding the bottom stick or the bottom end of the stick so that it could help develop our grip, okay? So and forearm, so we would also hold it the same arm sideward raise, do it on the side. Now, how to do it properly, because sometimes I see a lot of people when they're doing this exercise, they would just do this way, no, side to side. So to do it properly, you need to twist the stick towards at the middle of your body, and when you're doing it on the other side, it should also go towards the middle of your body. So if I do it fast, so it would look this way. So don't do it like halfway. So let's do it for 10 repetitions. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's how you do abanico, the proper way how to do abanico. Now that's your first variation. The second variation would be put your right hand up and then your left forward. So we'll be doing the same motion. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the third variation would be your left up and then right forward. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is your first wrist or stick exercises, what we call abanico. Now later on, because some people will say, why would I do that warm-up exercise? So it's not just helping you warm up your joints or your muscles. It also has a secret technique to it. And later, when I finished showing you the 5 exercises, I will show you the application of our stick warm-up exercises. The second exercise now would be ocho ocho. Ocho ocho also comes from the Spanish word, and it means 8 or 88. Now, the reason why we call this exercise 88 is because it's like we are writing the number 8, but not upward, but lying down. So in my system, I call the scooping motion salok. So it's like if you've been to the Philippines and you are familiar with tabo. So this is what we use to get water and then pour it on when we're taking a bath. So hold the stick again at the very end, and this is how you do it. So with an extended arm, we go upward 45 degrees movement. So that's like getting water using the tabo, and then doing a semicircle, and then this is what I call haboy. So because in olden times or even up to now, our farmers, when they're planting seeds, so they get the seed from their bags and throw it away. So that is called haboy. So haboy, and then semicircle salok, semicircle haboy. So if I'll do it on the side, so then again, we will go to the arm side ward raise. And then if I start here, it would look like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, salok, haboy, salok, haboy, salok, haboy. Now, let me remind you or take note of it that when you're doing this exercise, your hand should be or your arm should be properly extended. Otherwise, if you bend your elbow and execute the exercise, it might hit your face. So just a precautionary reminder. So always keep your arm straight or well extended. So if I do it up front, it would look this way. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is your what we call ocho ocho or 88. Okay, so the third exercise would be taas baba. It is Tagalog for up and down. So how do we do taas baba? Simply as putting your feet together, all right, and then putting the sticks behind and lifting your elbow up to the head level. So if I do it this way, so we strike down. So this is baba or going down, but make sure your arm, okay, and the stick should be 45 degrees pointing down. Okay, so avoid putting your hand here when you're doing the strike. So avoid doing this. All right, so you want to stop right there so that you'll have control of your weapon. And then as you go up, it doesn't mean you're gonna strike up. So it is thrusting. So you want to thrust up and then strike down, thrust up, strike down. So if I'll do it this way, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So this is your taas baba or up and down exercise. Now do this again for each exercise. I would like to stress out, do it at least 30 repetitions so that you would feel it, all right? So because if you're doing it like 10 reps only, you won't feel the warm up that you need to have, all right? So let's go to the fourth exercise, what we call doblada or double tapping. So it's the same thing. Start from the position where you've done taas baba or up and down. So feet together and your arms, at least your elbow would be head level, and then the sticks at the back. So the reason why we're doing this is because so that we would have the full range of motion. Because sometimes I see people start from here and then just strike down and strike up. So you'll be missing out. Now if you're lifting your elbow up and striking down, then you will feel the power of the strike. So it would be like throwing a stone downward. Alright? So now it's the same thing. So we start from this position, we do doblada. Doblada is done this way. 1, then twirl down, and then thrust up, twirl up. So now we're not twisting, but we are doing twirling. So we go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So if I do it fast, it would look this way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, again, I see a lot of people when they're doing doblada, they happen to have this habit of opening their fingers. Now, this is okay because it looks cool and it looks more faster. But the problem is if you're in a combat and you get the hang of it or the habit of doing or opening your fingers. Now, if your opponent knows arnis or any Filipino martial arts, if they hit your weapon, it would surely fly away and you lose the weapon. So, always be reminded to hold the stick firmly. Alright? So, because this is your life, this is your equalizer. So, when you're doing doblada, again, we go 1, do not open your fingers, and then thrust up, and 2. So, let's do at least 10 repetitions. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Bit of reminder also when you're twirling the stick, always make sure that it's from the outside. Do not twirl here inside because it would hit your face. So it would be from here, then up there. Alright? So that is your fourth exercise, what we call doblada or double tapping. The last and but not least, the fifth exercise is called salitan or in English, alternate. So how do we do it? So it's the same as double tapping, but this time your right hand would start from up top and then your left hand would start on the bottom. So we do this simultaneously. So when I say 1, you twirl it at the same time, 1 going down and 1 going up. So 2, thrust and strike, thrust and strike. So what this exercise do is to help your mind and body to coordinate. So it's like doing 2 things at the same time. So again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, a bit of advice. When you're doing the exercises, do not look down because you get the hang of it also. It's a bad habit of some people, not only in Filipino martial arts, but from other martial arts as well. So, always look straight when you're performing the exercises. Alright? And this would help you look straight. Alright? So, that would be your 5 stick or wrist exercises. So as promised, like what I said, after we've done all the 5 exercises, the stick and wrist exercises, I'll show you its application, because I get a lot of this, especially when I have new students. He would ask me, what's the use of the stick exercises? Now I'll show you, because in respect to the exercises, it is also a system. It is part of a system already that you can use outside protecting yourself, okay, or protecting your loved ones. So let's start with abanico. How does abanico apply in real life? So when we're like faced in a situation, so I would like to introduce, guys, my partner. His name is Alps, okay? It is the animated life-size puppet simulator, all right? So Alps. Now, for example, if somebody's gonna strike you from above, you can block it and then do the abanico technique. We go 1 and 2, so which would be your counter. So again, if somebody wants to hit you, you go bam, bam, bam. There. You can go top, bottom, top, side to side, and then top, bottom, top, bottom. Bam, 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 bam. There. Right? So that is your abanico. Now, the second is our 8-8. So assuming the guy would hit you again from on top, you can do salok, then counter with haboy. So salok, haboy, salok, haboy, salok, haboy. So you can do it on the hands as well. So you can block, counter, block, counter. So that is your 8-8. Now the next one would be up and down. So again, assuming the guy would come and strike you, you can block from here, block it, and then strike down. Alright? So, or I can start from above, I block it, then I counter. There. So, block, counter, or block, counter. Okay? So I go block, counter. So that is taas, baba, or up and down. Now, the next exercise, the fourth one, is doblada. So again, it can be used for blocking, then counter. Blocking and counter. Blocking and counter. Or strike and strike. Strike and strike. Strike and strike. There. So there you have it, doblada. So the last exercise, alternate, would be the same as doblada. But this time, so let's talk about alternate. So you can do the alternate in actual combat, of course, if you're holding 2 sticks. The other one for blocking, and the other one is for thrusting or attacking. So bam, bam, boom, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, from here, bam, 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 bam. So that is how we use alternate in real life. Now, there you have it, the 5 exercises with its application. Now, guys, please subscribe and click that bell button so that you'll be updated in my next videos. Thank you for watching, guys, and pugay.